Hey, and welcome back. In today's video, I am in a new location. Usually I film around my apartment complex because it's like cute and there's like a little bit of nature and it's close by, but the other day I found this really cool park near my house. It's only like 10 minutes away. And it has like a really long walking trail and it's really pretty, so this video would definitely have plenty of nature breaks. So here's the first one. It's so pretty! I wanted to talk about the pollution that no one really thinks about. So everybody knows about pollution, right? We learn it in grade school and it's just like basically common knowledge. But when we think of pollution, we think of like landfills or the emissions from your car or like trash on the side of the road or like waste or like even nuclear waste. We, consider that to be pollution. Or like dumping things in water. That's pollution too, right? But the one pollution that I feel like a lot of people don't think about, and also some people might not even consider pollution because it's not physically dirty, right, is light pollution. I remember thinking about this whenever I learned it in school, and I always thought, oh, that's weird, like light pollution. And every time that we learned about it, it was kind of like skimmed over in the array of pollutions that we learned about. Now that I think about it, it's crazy because I feel like light pollution actually affects us more in a way. And let me explain why I think this. I think that light pollution affects us maybe, arguably, even more than other pollutions because it's something that we encounter every day. We have access to being able to turn on the light whenever we want to. We can have lights on in the dark, like whenever it's dark outside. We can have lights even whenever we go camping, right? Because we have like little portable lights. There's lights that come from our phones. There's street lights. There's basically lights everywhere that it's dark, right? For us now, since we're so used to this kind of lifestyle, it doesn't really seem odd. But our ancestors lived so much differently. They didn't have access to light all the time, and they kind of like base their schedules around how the world works or, how the sun rises and sets. I was watching a series the other day, one of my favorite TV shows, which is The Chosen. And in a lot of the scenes, I noticed that, everything is lit up by candles, right? And of course, because it was like, before electricity. But even then, like, those lights, sure, they weren't natural, right? But even the tones, like, since they're a warm tone, was so much more relaxing than what we have now, right? We have blue lights with our phones. We have LED lights. Most of the lights that are in, like, your house or apartment, they are not usually warm lights. They're bright lights of, like, white hues. Which, it seems like it's just so funny to like think about this because it seems not that big of a deal because we're so used to it, but it really does have an effect, right? I feel like it has an effect on the way, like how much anxiety we have as a collective. Like I feel like probably in the past 100 years, there's probably a lot more anxious people, and that's due to many things. And I'm sure social media is not a great contributor to that. But if you really break it down to a T, I'm sure that white lights also are not helping with LED lights and bright lights and things like that. And it's because it's a constant stimulant. And our society already has so many stimulants between like our phones, and every time you go somewhere to eat, there's TVs playing, or like if you go to a bar, oh my God, it's terrible because there's like literally like 30 TVs just circling the entire unit. And then we've got basically entertainment in every sector of our life. So yeah, that really has to affect our circadian rhythm to a point. So I just thought it was interesting, and I wanted to talk about it because I feel like it's something that we overlook. And the way that I try to better my life and like have less bright lights is we have a lot of different warm lights in my house. We have like a really cool like wooden carve out that has a light behind it that we use mainly for our source of light. We don't always turn on like the headlights that we have that are like already installed to the apartment. We just use the warm lights that we purchased ourselves and like turn them to warm tones so that it's just like a calmer energy in our house. And I really can tell the difference, honestly. Like, it feels so calming and so like nice whenever I don't have any of the lights on, especially when it's like nighttime. I don't have any of the lights on and it's just like the warm lights, or it's just candles and things of that nature. Okay, taking another nature break. It's so cute. They have like these little docks, like these mini docks. And it's just like this cute little pond. I was here yesterday and I attempted to film this video, but there was just so many people out and I just get a little shy. I don't really like filming in front of people, which honestly is kind of funny because I'm a performer, like I'm a singer. I love performing in front of people, but I don't like, there's some things I don't like doing in front of people that are performative, you know what I mean? Oh my god, guys, this is kind of hilarious. There's like little sticks. I bet some kids did that, which is so cute. Yeah, anyways, back to the topic. Yeah, I just think it's crazy that we as a population, as people, we really overlook the fact that light pollution is pollution. And that, you know, I think it's a subconscious thing too, like having all these bright lights and like just so many stimulants around you all the time. And since it's so normal, we don't like realize it. But I've noticed that like whenever I just have warm lights on, one, I'm calmer. Two, I usually sleep better. And I usually have like more peace of mind. Honestly, I like making music at night too. And whenever I just have my warm lights on and it's just calm and nice, like, it's so nice. Like, so yeah. Anyways, I don't really have much more to say on this topic, but I just thought it was an interesting thing that I thought about. And I wanted to talk about it and share it with y'all because I feel like a lot of people overlook that is pollution. And if you agree, maybe start implementing more sources of warm light into your home so that you can feel more of a sense of calm. Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.